What's up guys, it's Mike with Innovation REI. Today we are laying a laminate floor, which is actually one of the easier floors in our opinion. We're going to go over some instructions on how to do that, but first we're going to look at the tools that are going to be needed to get the job done. So for straight cuts on your laminate, you have a miter saw here. If you don't have a miter saw, you can use just a circle saw. Definitely going to save some time if you have a miter saw to line the straight cuts up with. For the pieces of laminate that you're going to be cutting to go around door jambs and door casings, jigsaw is usually the best tool for it. This can also be used for long cuts when you're coming to the end of a wall or the end of your stack of laminate. If you have a table saw, that's even better for cutting long rips of wood, but a jigsaw will suffice for it. Here we have an oscillating saw. This is what's going to be used to cut the door jambs and door casings when we come to that section, so that we can basically slide the wood up to the walls but underneath the door jambs and door casings. Obviously you're going to need a measuring tape for good measurements. Having a little speed square and pencil is actually great just for drawing straight lines for your cuts on all your pieces of laminate. And basically, this is just a great tool whenever you're laying a laminate floor. This tap block, most of this laminate is just pretty much clicks right in together, but it's always good to lock on, give it a little tap, make sure everything's nice and tight. Pull bar is when you get to the end of rows of laminate and you can't get your tapping block in there obviously, so you need to latch this on, and it only takes up that little bit of space and you can actually pull the wood to you, which is fantastic. Obviously you're going to need the laminate itself. Again, most laminates, they're tongue and groove type clicking systems, locking systems. It's really easy. Take the tongue of one piece, lay it at an angle, go into the groove, and it really just snaps in that good, that seamless. For example, a lot of times this stuff, when you lock it down, there's still this gap. That means it's not in there. That's when you might use a tapping block to try to knock it back into place, or pull the board up and actually just reset it until you have a nice seamless line here. Of course, the underlayment, there's a couple different underlayments out there. Whatever one you're using for your job, this is what's going to go on first. You're going to cover the entire floor, tape the seams. This is what your laminate's going to sit on top of. Some type of threshold. This is a T-mold. It's when you're going, when you're seaming together two rooms that have similar height floors. They sell packages of this stuff where it's actually like a 4-in-1. So if you need to actually transition down from carpet, or reduce it from a higher hard subfloor, or use it as a bull nose, whatever the case might be, that's how you're going to transition from one room to another. And then when it's all said and done, if you are installing baseboards on top of your laminate, you may not need this, but if you're installing the laminate up to existing baseboards, this is quarter round or shoe molding that you would put down. This is what helps hold the laminate down to the ground and keeps it all in one cohesive unit once it's laid. Alright, so we're going to go in a little bit of detail on one of the trickiest parts of laying a laminate floor, and that's actually getting the piece underneath a door jamb or around door casing. As you can see, this is what a completed project is supposed to look like. This wood piece here actually runs underneath this door jamb. But as you see, we have straight cuts. You can't see it here because it's covered with the shoe molding, but it's a straight cut along here, and then it also turns straight along this side of the actual door jamb. Just to give you an idea of what the board looks like before we install it, here's a piece of laminate that you might see that would be cut for a door jamb. As you can see, it's measured out to the end of the door jamb, and this is the portion that actually slides underneath the door casing to give it that seamless look. You can obviously do a very poor job of this, and it's not hard to tell when you do that. Actually, it looks terrible and nothing runs flush to anything. To do it correctly though, these cuts generally just made with a basic jigsaw. You measure out your door jamb and everything that you need, cut little slivers out to slide under. And then this oscillating tool that we mentioned as part of the tools needed, what happens is when you originally start, your door casings are probably going to run all the way down to your subfloors. What you do, you put your pad in place, you put your laminate on top, and then that gives you an idea for your height that you're going to need to cut the door jamb for. You simply draw a line, take your oscillating tool, follow that line, take that little sliver of wood out, and that's what the laminate slides under to give you that seamless look that you're looking for.